Tampong Treso. It is a very common game among the youth all over the country, played in backyards, parks, or even in streets with less vehicular traffic. The equipments needed are empty milk can and a sleeper as pamato. Rules of the game. An IT, the one to guard the milk can, is chosen by throwing the pamato to the two line by all the players. Whoever player whose pamato is farthest from the two line is the IT. The heaters will line up at the back of the two line, and at the sign of the IT, game is started. The pamato must be retrieved immediately once the can is knocked down. Otherwise, once the IT has placed the can inside the circle, the one tagged becomes the IT. If the heaters is not able to retrieve their pamato, the others can save them by heating the can. Next, we have Kilyut. The game is similar to tag of war in principle. The purpose of a team is to pull the other team over the borderline. Rules of the game. Each team must have equal number of players. The distance between teams is 5 meters. Both ends of the rope should be tied on the waist of the last player, while the others hold on to the rope. A piece of ribbon or a handkerchief is tied to the rope on the center line. Upon signal to start, each team pulls each other, and the team that pulls the other over the borderline is declared as the winner. Next, we have Sangkayao, or the coconut shell race. It is commonly played in the central Luzon provinces. A coconut shell is tied to a string under each foot, and the hand holds the loose end of the string. Rules of the game. Each team is composed of equal number of players. At a given signal, the first player of each team walks with his coconut shell towards his goal line. Upon reaching the goal line, he turns around with a tilt and returns to the starting line. The second, third, up to the last player will do the same. The first team to finish the race will be declared as the winner. First, we have the maaguritam. This is similar to tag of war, but instead of rope, the hands are used to grip each other's opponent's hands. It requires good timing, strategy, and strength. Next, we have the Banano Tai Palayo. It is a team game wherein players carry one person and transport her from one place to another. Another indigenous game is the so-called Sangkur. It is also known as an arm wrestling that requires strength, power, and stamina. Both players kneel in front of the mortar and place both elbows on top, while the umpire corrects the position of the hands. The player who could bring his opponent's hand down will be the winner. And lastly, we have the innat. This is the traditional way of playing tug of war in a sitting position.